Hi everyone, my name is Gordon Fisher, and on April the 21st of 2022 I took my small unmanned aircraft system drone test, pilot's test. I passed with a 93%. I missed 4 questions out of 60. And I wanted to make this short video just to let you know how I passed the test. And to start things off with is that I went on to YouTube. All my training was done on YouTube. I did not pay for any type of course. So everything that I found on YouTube, I watched over and over and over again. And I wanted to give you a few of these that I had watched. First was Tony Northrup. Now, some of you might think, yeah, well, he did this video in 2018 and things have changed. But I'm here to tell you that the rules and regulations that he specifies out in his program are still pertinent today. The only change that I've noticed out of all the videos was back in I believe it was April 2021, where they allow night flying now, as long as you have a light that can be seen 3 statute miles. And that's to be able to fly during twilight, which is a half an hour before sunrise and a half hour after sunset. And but Tony does a really good job in giving you a really good basis. The next one I looked at was the Drone Coach. Now he has about 12 different videos. Again, I believe his was done in 2018. And all the information that he has is still pertinent today. So it's not like you're learning the wrong things. You will be learning what is still pertinent today. The third one that I watched was Just Drones. He has quite a few different videos on his website, and this is all on YouTube now. And he goes into a little bit more detail on the sectional charts that some of the other ones didn't. There's a woman, and I'm not sure if it's Katiana's Place or just Katiana's, but she goes through the whole Part 107 just like Tony does. Now, there are 2 different companies that I saw on YouTube that advertise on YouTube, and that's remotepilot.com and pilotinstitute.com. Both of these have different guarantees. I do know that pilotinstitute.com recently that I saw was going to, if you fail the test, that they would refund you $160 plus an additional $60 for the test. Now the test that I took this past Thursday, because today's the Wednesday the 27th, and Tuesday the 27th, sorry. And I paid $75 for that test. Now, I did want to go over some of the literature that I purchased, and let me grab it here. Of course, you know, they say about sectional charts and them being a lot on the test. I have to tell you this, that whenever you go to take the test, don't be nervous, okay? I know, hey, I'm 65 years old. I still had a little bit of anxiety, and I crammed the night before watching more videos and everything. And you're going to know that you know it. And that's about the best advice I can give you. As long as you've taken your time and you've watched all the videos like I did, or you go through one of the courses and do what they tell you to do. Now, it took me about 2 months. Now, that was not studying every night. that was studying maybe tonight, skip a day or 2 or 3, and then go ahead and study again. When I mean by studying, I want to show you some of the things I was reading, and then of course watching the videos. But anyhow, this is my sectional chart for my area, which is the Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania. And as you can see, this is dated because sectional charts, I believe it's like 50 some days that they have to be updated. And that's because they're constantly erecting new towers, cell towers, microwave towers, windmills, you name it. So that's why they update them so long. Now, I bought this book because I wanted to see for myself what the Part 107 actually said. And that is the Federal Aviation, get it up here, Federal Aviation Regulations Aeronautical Information Manual. Now, if you think that we have a lot to learn, our bit to learn in this book is only about that big. Look what a pilot has to know. Okay? So believe me, this thing is full of regulations, but I picked this book up specifically to read the FAA Part 107, and in that Part 107 they will refer you to other sections in that book that are pertinent. So that's another reason why I picked it up. Now this is the book that I had given to me at the test. I didn't take this home, I bought this off the internet. And this is the book that you will get when you go to take your test. If you take it, you know, soon, because I'm not sure how often they update these books. And whenever I took my test, I want to say that maybe 8 times I had to look in the book. A lot of the information that they wanted, the questions that they asked, were all general knowledge questions. I believe there were 2, longitude and latitude, that I had to look up. There were 2 of the TAF reports and 1 of the METARs, where they ask you what is the wind velocity and direction from 1600 hours to 1800 hours. And all the rest of it was just general questions. You know, how high can you fly? They did ask me a couple of questions of who's in charge, and of course it's always going to be the pilot in command. There was a question about the machoism and invulnerability. Okay, so you want to go over those of the attitudes that pilots can have. Now, the last book that I had purchased, but I really didn't read yet, and I got it just so I can continue my education in the aeronautical field. This is the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, and it's been updated in 2022. Okay, and that's how thick it is. I've been into aeronautics since the early 70s, flying radio-controlled airplanes, cars, boats, and even model rockets, and I actually did design the very first rear parachute model rocket. And I just wanted to make this short video and tell you guys, don't sweat it. You can miss 17 questions and still pass the test. I just, on a personal note, wanted to be up in the 90s. Oh, and there is one other thing here. If I can find it real quick. there are free tests that you can take online. And I'm trying to see here real quick. That is 3drobotics.com. They will give you a test, and I believe their test is like 79 questions, all multiple choice, and then at the end they will grade it and show you the correct answers for those 79 questions. So I took that test twice. The first time I took it, I was in the 80s. The second time I took it, I was in the 90s. So, and also this handbook here that I showed you, you can go online to the FAA and you can actually download that. They have a study guide. It's a Remote Aircraft Systems Study Guide. So, like I said, there's a lot of free stuff out there. And yes, you can get your drone license without really investing a whole lot of money. I think I paid $10 for the one book. I'm not sure what I paid for the other two. They weren't as cheap, but I know that they're going to continue to give me good information in the aeronautical field. So that's what my recommendations are to you. If you're interested in getting your pilot's license, start off and by watching all the free stuff, because you may find out that, oh my God, why am I learning this? It's because the FAA wants you to know what's going on. Their main concern is not just the safety for you, but the safety for the pilots, any pilot that's flying in the air. We don't want to be responsible for a plane crash. So they want you to know what the frequencies are for an airport that you may be going to fly near, so that you will know what direction that the plane is taking off from, and you will learn that. But if you start off with the free stuff and you find out, hey, maybe this isn't for me, I'm just going to be a recreational pilot, and that's cool too. But if you really want to get your commercial pilot's license, you do have to go through this course. And as far as, oh, there's something else. Give me a second here. The questions are simple, okay? So I can't think of it. So anyhow, guys, good luck. I wish you all the best of luck. And if you get a chance, write me. Tell me how you did. And I hope this video will be educational for you. I did remember what I wanted to say. When you go to take your test, say you've studied your wazoo off, and now you want to go take your test, you have to go to the FAA and you have to go into the part that's called ICARA. It's listed in the FAA website. You will first register with ICARA and they will give you a 16, 17 digit number. I'm not sure how big the numbers and letters are. But anyhow, they'll give you a number. You will need that number whenever you go to schedule for your test. And I really didn't see anything like that on the website. And then after you pass your test, you go back to the FAA, you go back to the ICARA, and then you have to make an application to become a remote pilot, drone pilot. And after you've filled out your application, then they say in about 10 days you'll get an email with your temporary pilot's license, and then your regular pilot's license will come after that. Because that during that 10 days, the TSA is doing a background check on you, making sure you're not a terrorist or anything. And once you pass all that, then they'll go ahead and they'll issue out your pilot's license. So anyhow, I wish you the best of luck. Keep in touch. Let me know how you do.